Alright, so the goal of this video is how to be a productive content creator for your business. It's a very random topic that I came up with the other day to talk about as the first video on this channel. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, first of all, let's actually talk about what does productivity means in the context of this video. Well, it's not in its hacky kind of meaning, but it's in like more like a general sense of what should you think about while you want to be productive as a solo entrepreneur that creates content for their business. So there's that. And who's this video for? Well, I think it's pretty obvious, but it would be mostly applied to the people who have a service-based business, because I mean we're talking about creating content, okay? And content is basically usually gets into the category of personal branding. So yeah, it's usually for the people who have a business that can leverage a personal brand to acquire customers. For example, if you have a tech company, I don't know why would you watch this video, but personal brand don't work for a tech company. I mean, I don't want to talk much about tech companies because I don't know much, but yeah. Alright, so next topic we have here is example of productive content creator and unproductive content creator. Alright. So for this one, I wanted to share like a general idea of what being unproductive is, and what are like some of the traps that you can fall into as someone that is creating content for their business or service, and it's only them. They don't have anybody to help them. One of the traps that they usually fall into is very unimportant details. See, you have to consider how much time you have, okay? So we can talk about what being productive is, right? So an example of like being an unproductive person while creating content is, for example, they have 10 hours every week to create content. Doesn't matter what sorts of content, short form, long form, doesn't matter. But yeah, if you have 10 hours only, it's like not even 2 hours a day. So a lot of people spend so much time on, for example, little like details, like how their video should be done, you know, editing videos, for example. Also keep in mind, we're talking just one person, so you don't have anyone to help you. So at least that is the case here. So yeah, in that 2 hours, there are a lot of type of content you can make, that you can create, that you can share, you can actually get you started. For example, one of them is just being confident in front of the camera. It is a very big issue. I mean, if you don't have any problem being in front of the camera and just talking to camera, I mean, usually if it comes natural to you, I mean, you're just a very fake Hollywood person. I mean, I can't help with that. But for a lot of people, it's a skill that they have to work on for a lot of reps. And yeah, if you have 2 hours, spending time on like little branding ideas that you want to have in your videos, and like very like cringe editing, just try to utilize your time wisely instead of uploading one video. And of course, we're talking about business, so you don't have to like edit it out too much if you're just starting out. You just don't need that. And the amount of experience, and yeah, as I said, the amount of experience you get from just making a video for the sake of it, and just focus on content and how you're on camera, it's way more important than just having a very nicely edited video that costed you so much time, which is not what you want when you're starting out on content create, when you're just starting out creating content. So yeah, don't obsess over like very little details. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend you to obsess over very details, and yeah, try to keep up with the consistency, because those are things that actually always going to be a challenge and a problem. The next topic, alright, so we check these. Oh, this one. Alright. spend time towards short goals, but I didn't write it because it was too long. But what was it? It was probably somewhere along the lines of, but keep it in the line of your long-term goals. This is a very rookie mistake that people who want to create content make. I made it several times, and it is like focusing too much on the, for example, instead of like seeing it as a video as an individual piece of content, you see it as a connected series of like your whole like brand. You think like what's going on, you think that people are gonna watch all your videos at once, like on a single piece. That is not the case, okay? And that makes it that you want to make everything perfect, you know. You want to, you know, people like make thumbnails like in a very weird and like uninteresting way, the same way every time, and that's not something that you want to do, honestly. And yeah, and the first part of it is spend time to our short-term goals. Short-term goals, what does that mean? For example, another example of focusing on a very long-term goal is, for example, they have an idea of like a page in themselves, in their for their page or the channel, that there are a lot of videos on like everything is, and that there are a lot of videos on their page, and everything seems running and just flowing. But the thing is, when you're starting out, that just, it's quiet as hell. There's nothing, and that is one of the first short-term goals you're gonna have. You want to make that so you can do outreach. For example, you want to do warm outreach. You want to create content, and then you can't just upload one shorts and just get after it. You can just upload one shorts and do it, you know, as at least you think when you start. So yeah, instead of just trying to have that in mind, so and that stops you when you really try to have that picture ready in front of you, and you cannot take your focus off of it. That becomes a problem, and you're just not gonna be able to do it. And usually people procrastinate to a point that they just don't get it done. They just don't get it done, and just yeah, the page dies, and you just gotta go on your life, and you start again. So we don't want to have that happen. Spend time towards short-term goals, and that are in the way of your long-term goals. Next one is pretty funny. I have to explain it a lot because no way. Spend time on what is your niche. That is a specifically, I'm talking about. It's not very specific, because right now any niche you do, whatever, if you're a designer, if you're a coach, anything you are, any service or any even product you sell, short form content is the king of it. I mean, there's no match for it. So, but yeah, this is something that I found out after it. Made this. This is something that I figured after I wrote this topic, which was stupid even at first. So yeah, you figure out yourself. I mean, don't spend too much time if you're for example, see if long form content worth investing in or not. It usually is, but I mean, it was just not a necessary topic that I put in here. Anyways, summary. All right. So it was a pretty short overview. These are just a couple of things that I just came up with in 15 minutes, so don't expect a lot. And also, it's the first video on this channel, and also my first video, so don't expect too much. We're gonna figure it out.